welcome. My name is iKmRni. Thank you for clicking on the video. Sorry for taking that one-day hiatus, but I was kind of busy and I really got home late the other night, so I didn't really actually have time to make for your video. But today is that video that I talked about in my last video where I said I was going to bring out my true opinions about my feelings on the PlayStation 4 versus the Xbox One. But before we get straight into the video, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. It really helps me out, and don't forget to click the like button too. So pretty much if you look at my channel, you can pretty much initially say I am a PlayStation fan. And the main reason to this is, in my belief, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, especially Xbox fans, but I will give it to you. The Xbox One seems like a pretty damn good console, but not in my opinion, not as good as the PlayStation 4. When I look at the Xbox One, from a gamer who's been playing since the Super Nintendo, the NES days, when you look at the evolution, when I see the Xbox One, or even the Xbox brand in general, I believe it to be a copycat from the other developers, the other gaming media devices, you know, the Sega, the Genesis, the NES, the PlayStation 1. Now, the main way you could look at this is the controller scheme. Now, pretty much back in the day, 90s, in my opinion, were the prime for video games, where it was pretty much all about the gameplay. None of this small gimmicks about, like, how to rehash the game over and over again. But if you look at the controller schemes, back in the day, the NES had its own, the Sega Genesis had its own, and they're completely different. And the PlayStation 1 had its own. They pretty much started the dual analog sticks. Now you look at the Xbox 360's controller, it's pretty much an identical PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 controller, just maybe move the stick up to the little more to the left. And the way Microsoft practices its business plans, it really annoys me. Now, this is some kind of insider information that a couple developers have accidentally leaked out. Microsoft is paying off studios to make sure the games do not look better on their other competitor consoles. So let's say, okay, we got Assassin's Creed 4. Now, Microsoft go over to Ubisoft, and it's actually in the terms of contract when you sign up for Xbox Live for these developers to actually make games for. You cannot make a game look better on the PlayStation 4. Now, pretty much with the last generation, this first started where games actually became cross-platform. Before, it was never really like this. You bought Nintendo for Mario, you bought PlayStation for Crash Bandicoot or Gran Turismo, whatever your cup of tea was. Ever since Microsoft came along, shoving their money to all these other game developers pretty much ruined the gaming industry, in my opinion, and it's kind of sad to see what Xbox does. Okay, now let me clarify. If you're an Xbox fan, good on ya. It's a great console. It's just reason that it goes in the back of my head. Every time I think about an Xbox, I just don't feel like buying it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth every single time. Now, that's all pretty much I wanted to cover. It's kind of controversial, and hopefully I didn't tick off too many people. Like I said earlier, the Xbox One is a phenomenal console. It does a lot of stuff great, and what it does do, it does awesomely. But in my opinion, the PlayStation 4 seems like a superior console. I will buy a Wii U over the Xbox One any day of the time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I didn't tick off too many people, and I'll be seeing you in the next video, everyone. Peace.